Hello everyone, welcome to episode 3 of Not Quite Cinema, where we talk the movies and shows that turn off our brains, grab our eyes, and make a few folks out there say,
"It's not quite cinema."
Oh, that's fantastic. That was fantastic. Good job. Here we are in the stew. This is going to be the first video podcast available for our podcast.
Super cool.
Super cool. Look, Captain America shield.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff in store, a lot of things to go through. Jeremy, start us off.
Gotcha. So we're gonna start with the leftovers, and I don't think you have any leftovers, but
No, my brain's empty.
but last week I really don't think I actually numbered my list for the Batman, so I just wanted to
Clear it
start
up.
with that.
People are dying to know.
Yeah, because I was talking about the Arkham game series Batman.
Yeah.
With fully not knowing at all that that's Kevin Conroy. So number 1 for me, Kevin Conroy.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 is Jason O'Mara. He did the voice acting for those DC movies that I talked about.
Yeah.
Christian Bale sits at number 3. Number 4 is Michael Keaton. Number 5 is Will Arnett. Since our last recording
There you go.
the Lego Batman movie. Pretty great. Really enjoyable. Number 6 is Adam West. Number 7 is Ben Affleck. Number 8 is Val Kilmer. Number 9 is George Clooney. I still left Robert Pattinson off the list.
So you're saving...
He's an honorable mention. Because he's already really good.
I'm sorry, if you're putting him at honorable mention, that means he's below Val Kilmer? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
You think Robert Pattinson is a worse Batman than Val Kilmer? Bro, you haven't even seen the movie.
No. You haven't either.
But I know, though. No, it's different. You know it's different.
And for another honorable mention, I put Dietrich Bader. He did the voice for Batman, Brave and the Bold.
Bro, what? All right. I'm glad you got Dietrich D's Nuts Bader out of there, man. I'm glad you got that out there.
Yeah, I like that show a lot as a kid. I mean, it holds no value for me now because you can tell that it's a kid's show and that Batman's obviously been adapted for a kid. But I mean, it is still iconic for me. But that's it for my leftovers. If you wanna start, you wanna introduce the new segment we've got.
Oh boy. All right. So I just have to say this really quick, just super quick. I have to reveal some information to our listeners out there and viewers now. I came into possession of something that was profound. I came into possession of something that I believe will change the world. So.
It's a bold statement.
Let me finish the intro, man.
Yeah, no,
basically, what I'm trying to say is that the multiverse is real. Okay? When I went to my mail the other day, I pulled out a letter. Hear me out. That letter told me how to create a mid-tier podcast called Not Quite Cinema and how to garner exactly 43 plays a week. I did exactly as it said.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Okay.
Exactly what the letter said.
That works.
Then, a week later, I received this letter.
A letter.
I received this letter. I received this in the mail. Stop laughing, bro. The multiverse is real. Oh my God.
I hear you. I'm taking this seriously. Very seriously.
And in this multiverse, I just had to explain what was going on. I'll read it as follows. Dear Not Quite Cinema, that's us. Your podcast has found its way through the multiverse. In your last episode, you mentioned many streaming shows into quotations. In my universe, there are none of these services. No Disney Plus, no Netflix, no HBO Max. Can you imagine that, Jeremy?
It's hard to, but yeah, probably.
It goes on. I'm not laughing. Instead, those streaming shows that you discussed are movies on my world. Gasp. Pause for effect. I cannot say any more, as I've already said too much. P.S. The movies in my world are cool. Your shows sound ass. And then it says, peace in big letters from universe A8571.
Okay.
Jeremy, how do we feel about that? Would you live in a universe where streaming isn't a thing and these shows are instead movies? Hawkeye?
Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
What if?
Yeah.
You would live there?
Okay, so I'm mean, yes. Like, blanket statement, yeah. I would absolutely want to live in that universe. Because, I mean, like, yeah, we can talk about... Like, WandaVision, I think, needed to be a TV show.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally centered around, theme-wise, episode by episode, with TV. So, I mean, that kind of works out well. Yeah. Falcon and Winter Soldier, a lot of stuff got cut from that series. Like, I know that was very pandemic-based, but, I mean...
Yeah.
I felt like it would have gelled a lot better as a movie. And the same with, like, if we even just want to step out of Marvel, in Star Wars, I think Mandalorian would have been great as a movie. One of the biggest criticisms I have for that show is that every single episode is usually a different director. And I know Jon Favreau is there, and I know that Dave Filoni is there, but it's still a different director. Like, I think it suffered in, like, these dips of quality that, like, wouldn't have happened if it was just one director, one story. But I mean, some of the Marvel stuff has worked better. But like, blanket statement, yes, I would like to live in that universe. Very much so.
So you're saying you hate streaming, is what you're saying?
I don't hate streaming. I did kind of hate that they made these properties TV shows. I would have liked to see them better as movies. Like, as good as the Daredevil show is. I want like a 2.5 hour feature with Charlie Cox. I want to see it. And like, I don't know, like all the rest of the Marvel TV shows, you can't say the same about Luke Cage or Jessica Jones or Iron Fist, especially. Like, they just were kind of bad. Or for like, the best thing I can say is they were kind of boring.
Ooh, true.
Well, here's the thing. Listen, Universe A8571. I would live in that universe 100%. Because when you think movies versus TV shows, you have to consider like the budget that you're dealing with. And movies is just exponential, right? I mean, well, besides the Lord of the Rings series, right? We'll get into that later. But when you talk movies, you're just free to do so much more, you know? You're free to like hire all these fucking people and like just take like 3 months and just spend $300 million and make it the best that you can, you know? And when I'm so jealous of 8571, dude, because it's like, imagine getting like a full-length Mando, you know? And it's,
I would really like to see that.
even though like Mando's still good as it is, but like I would want to see a Mandalorian movie. 7 seasons in a movie is still possible, right?
Yeah, I guess.
But this universe is somewhere I would definitely live, and I really hope to like hear more from this universe and anywhere else in the multiverse. So send us your scenarios and anything that we talk about that isn't happening in your universe. That sounds so stupid. That isn't happening in your universe, is happening here. Just let us know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Send it on in if you know how to, send mail through Multiverse.
Dude, it's crazy. This is. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. This is something similar to that hit The Lake House, starring Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock.
God.
Directed by
We've
Alejandro
talked about that
and
so
Dresty,
many
bro.
times in this like past week.
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, character actor Keanu Reeves is just so good in that movie. Like, I call that cinema.
Of course.
That is cinema right there.
Yeah, no, that's peak cinema.
But I'm not saying this is at all similar, but I am saying it is similar, but I'm not.
Let's just go with similar. It sounds pretty similar.
Similar. All right, let's move on to the next.
Okay.
Hit us,
Book of
Jeremy.
Boba Fett.
Ooh.
Let's just
say they woke up a little bit.
Yeah, no, it did. I really, really enjoyed this episode. We really delved into like his history with Fennec Shan, how they kind of got together, formed this alliance, and it did a little bit of moving the current storyline forward. And there was a thing at the end that I'm sure you caught too that I was like,
Whatever do you mean, Jeremy? Whatever do you mean?
we'll get to it. But I mean, what did you think of it?
I thought it was fantastic. Yeah. Still, the flashbacks are, happening, right? And they're still like, I wasn't really wondering how Boba got a ship back. I just assumed he got it back, kind of thing. But still, it's still, I think this show deserves praise for doing something like that, where it's like, you can take a scenario that people would like otherwise disregard and just accept, because people accepted it in The Mandalorian. When he came back with a ship, they're like, okay, he has a ship,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I need to see where he got a ship, like, how did he get it back, blah, 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 right? It's just, like, when you can do that, take a moment that people, like, don't care about, but make them care about, that is a fantastic example of exemplary film work, filmmaking, And on top of that, I don't know, it just feels like the pace woke up a little bit. Don't you think?
I would agree with that. Yeah.
I mean, we were getting a lot of flashbacks, and it was splitting time, like a divorced kid with his parents or whatever, right? Splitting time between mom and dad's house, between the present time and past time. But now it's like, I mean, he's getting more time with one parent, where it's like moving the story forward, and I really, really like that. What about you?
Yeah, I think for me, like, I still, yeah, it's something to say that they're still really reliant on flashbacks in this show,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm okay with it being like, if I care about the stories, I'm cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
Which for this one, yeah, did I really need to see how Boba got his ship back? How he like got bonded with Fennec Shand? How that really went down?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't super curious, no. But
No.
I mean, it was still fun to see. Like I was really excited to see like, oh man, this whole kind of like heist little thing. Like I enjoyed their chemistry a lot. I think they really kind of matched them up appropriately.
Mm-hmm.
Like Fennec Shand felt like an actual character rather than someone that's just
True,
agreeing to go along with the plot. Like I enjoyed it a lot. I also thought it was a big step forward.
Yeah.
The one thing I have to note that I like when they were breaking in, and it's not even the end thing. Gamorrean guards. I have never seen a more useless
Bro, they're ass.
form of security in my entire life.
Bro, like,
when have these guys won a fight? Just name a single fight that you've seen a Gamorrean
I mean, they
guard
get
win.
destroyed in what, Return of the Jedi?
Return of the
Like,
Jedi,
get
they
choked out,
destroyed, yes.
right? Immediately.
Absolutely.
Bro, I think they're all bark no bite kind of thing. I mean, they just
What's
look.
the point? What's the point? Why
I
do
mean,
we keep hiring these guys?
like,
they only
they
have
saved.
swords.
They kind of
They're not
saved
even
Boba
proficient in
against the Black
blaster.
Croissant, right?
Oh, he's great, by the way.
Oh, Woody ripped his
we
arm
only-
off.
yeah,
Oh
I
my
was
god,
like-
that was so nasty.
He was like, yeah, I'll pay the tab. Fuck it. Like, this guy's losing his arm. Like, I really like, and I figured out how to pronounce his name. It's Black Croissantin.
Black Croissant, yeah.
Black Croissantin.
Black Croissant, yeah.
It's really good. I really like him, even though he's, kind of amoral and evil generally.
He's an anti-hero, just like
Yeah.
Boba Fett was.
Like the Punisher.
Exactly.
He's like Star Wars Punisher. I'm okay with that,
Mhm.
honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I did want to note that at the very start when he's taking Fennec in to get repaired and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like this mods. The mods
Cybernetic mods?
storyline. Like I just don't. I like it. It just doesn't look good.
Yeah, I feel like I know where they're going with it. Like they're trying to make it like, oh, it's a sci-fi universe. People have these sci-fi
Yeah.
abilities, right? But it's like the cybernetic enhancements that we've seen in the Star Wars universe have been like medically necessary kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's not out of the realm of possibility. It's just that seeing it done so like nonchalant
Yeah.
in terms of like what we've already seen. It's just like, oh yeah, by the way, criminals do it to enhance their parts.
It's
On Tatooine, in the middle of the
weird-
desert.
Yeah, I think I think it might be Tatooine.
Mm-hmm.
If we're on Coruscant, maybe it's a different story.
Yeah.
But I really like Tatooine for me. It's deserty. It's very Western like, and Mandalorian really just kind of like shoved it into that corner.
Yeah.
I'm like, why is this here?
This guy's
Why
got
is
like a
there
Fortnite
niche
skin
market?
on with the eyes,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, that's kind of how it feels.
That
It
bloke
just
looked like
feels
the guy from
outlandish.
Fortnite. Anything else to note during that episode? Oh, let's talk about the ending.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na, we get the Mando theme right at the end when they say
Yeah.
we got to hire more muscle.
I honestly, for me, that kind of confirms we're gonna see him during some time.
Oh,
during
yeah.
the show.
I feel like I kind of knew that was going to happen.
Because I
to
mean
begin
that, yeah, it's so obviously the Mandalorian theme, and
Mhm.
the line before I noted is credits can buy muscle if you know where to look.
Mm-hmm.
That I mean, Mando has proven that he's some serious muscle. Why would they not hire him?
Exactly.
Like, of course they would. I mean, I don't know if he would. I don't know, where did we even leave him though? Like he had given up the child, and like that was kind of
He's depressed,
There was
man.
no
He's gonna like
redeeming
just
thing.
chill somewhere. It's like we're not getting Mando season 3 for like another year, so it's best to just like this. Oh wait, this does take place after season 3. That's right,
After
or
season 3?
after season 2. I mean,
Yeah. Because I
Hmm.
mean, well, we see like on the timeline, that was also something that I noted too. Was like I thought that Fennec Shand. Oh, so sorry, but
Start that sentence.
okay. For me, the timeline thing is interesting because like I thought for this episode, I really thought going in that Fennec Shand and Boba would have had this like really long kind of get together relationship of
Yeah.
back and forth. But the timeline really seems like a couple months. like it does not seem that long.
No, not at all.
I mean, I really thought they would have gotten together a longer than that, but I mean,
Mhm.
also, I guess not.
Yeah.
But I just want to end this part by saying like the first few episodes felt like each episode kind of felt like a setup, and then the episode after that kind of like felt like another setup where it just didn't kind of like deliver on the previous,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what can be attributed to the slow start that we got. But this episode felt different. It felt like, you know, crime boss Boba. He's at where he's at. Like the flashbacks in like current time that we saw him first meet up with Amando have lined up now. We know all of it.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're gonna get many more flashbacks unless it's like what's the water planet?
The water planet?
Camino?
Camino?
Camino, unless it's like Camino stuff, right? Because we got one of those.
I
But
would be so down to see that because I mean
Yeah.
that's like I have been kind of annoyed with how much they've relied on the flashbacks, but
Mhm.
I want to see more.
yeah, we just want more prequel stuff. But anyway, I'm just saying this episode finally felt like the stepping stone to see like a good climax within Star Wars, a Star Wars show that we're gonna get. All
I
right.
agree. The last thing I will notice that like they popped in a little thing for Clone Wars fans.
Did they?
They kind of did.
You
Like
fucking nerd.
it is kind of generally a thing. I mean, that's the whole idea.
Yeah,
But
I know.
you know, the thing that like between Wookiees and Trandoshans, like
Mhm.
that's just kind of generally accepted that those groups of species
Yeah.
hate each other.
Yeah.
And like the Clone Wars really characterized it to
Mhm.
where it's like Trandoshans will kidnap Wookiees, drop them on planets, and like hunt them.
Ooh.
So like that was kind of fun. That was where that rage from Chrysanthemum just
Yeah.
came from. Because I mean, they're just gambling.
Yeah.
They're just having a good time. Chrysanthemum's like,
Fuck you.
no,
Yeah.
fuck you, man.
That's
Like
so
I
badass. I
hate you.
love that.
Like,
Th-
but
th-
yeah, no, I really enjoyed that little
Mhm.
Easter egg.
All right, let's move on to the next streaming show that we all love so much. Peacemaker.
Peacemaker episode.
Watch the
4.
whole intro again.
Yes,
but
I did too.
it's
My roommate Luke walked in while I was watching it, and he's asking all these questions, right? Because there's so much going on in the show, and it like when he was asking me, I was like, wow, like this show really has some depth to it.
It does.
It has like a lot of depth to it. When he's like, oh, who's that? Oh, where are they? What are they doing?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, this show has done like so much, and I'm trying to explain all of it to him. I'm like, this isn't a straightforward show where I can be like, yeah, he's hunting down this guy right now. You know, it's like everything has a setup, and it's so good like that.
Yeah, and I mean, it kind of helps, and I think this is one place that Marvel can't, super go anymore, which is like, there's so much about this world foundationally that we just don't know at all. So
Mhm.
I mean, like that kind of plays into it, where like I really don't know what's going on, where they are, what's happening. And Peacemaker is a character that I don't know who
They
the
just-
fuck Peacemaker is.
Like Matter Eater Lad, like that
Oh
mention
my
of
God, that was such
he
a
ate a
good note.
Wendy's.
I love that call out because that's so often tossed into like trivia sets and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
really big on trivia, big surprise. But
Mhm.
I
Matter
Matter
Eater
Eater
Lad.
Lad, he's always tossed in a question like, is this superhero a real person? Apparently, yes.
He ate a Wendy's.
Peacemaker,
They
he
messed
ate
up
a
his
Wendy's.
burger. Yo,
Oh my God, I absolutely love that they mentioned it.
James Gunn has done something that I like. I mean, we knew he could do, where it's
Yeah.
take these obscure characters and just make them so watchable and
Yeah.
like so good. Guardians, Suicide Squad that he made, and now
Yeah.
Peacemaker.
Yeah, I mean, Guardians, like before he did it, I know this is kind of off topic for
Mhm.
Peacemaker, but I mean, Guardians when he did it, not a huge IP. No one
No.
really cared.
No,
about
that
the
was
Guardians
all
the
of
Galaxy.
that was
I mean,
all of what Marvel Studios had. Not a huge IP,
Yeah.
you know, because they sold everything.
Yeah.
But
one of the things I'll credit him with
Mhm.
really well for this series is I didn't know this, but Leota, like Amanda Waller's daughter, like she's not a character from comics.
Mhm.
Like he just wrote that character, and she's probably my favorite in the
Mhm.
show. Like I love Leota. Like I
Mhm.
love her entire arc, everything
Yeah.
she does every time she's on screen. So I mean, like, yeah, I Peacemaker and Vigilante.
so good.
Just
So
it
good.
keeps getting better. They're
Mhm.
like made for each other. I'm so happy when I get to see them on screen again. I can if you want me to.
I love the fact that Peacemaker is still like in deep sorrow for killing Rick Flag, because I think he
Yeah.
feels what all of us feel. Like he has that flashback while he's high and drunk,
Yeah.
and he's like, and then he has Rick Flag, Peacemaker, what a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I noted that too. And I plays into a theme for this series that I'm really liking. That like I'm not super invested on Peacemaker like as a character. Like it's
Mhm.
getting me more invested, but what's pulling me in more and more are these emotional scenes where he's like dealing with his internal psychology.
Mhm.
Like you can see that Rick Flag in particular, that kill is really weighing on him.
Mhm.
And like it just brings up these questions of morality, like especially with the kids and the devil peace thing on the gun, like is that actually why?
Mhm.
Or are you actually really squeamish about it? Do you just say that you're willing to kill men, women, and children?
I mean, that's so evident at the beginning of the episode. He's like, I say I will kill any man, woman, or child to get peace, but I won't kill kids. Yeah.
That's his mantra.
Yeah.
But I mean, it seems like if I had to choose one, I'm definitely betting that it's just because he's squeamish about it, that he doesn't want to kill kids.
Yeah.
And let's talk about this. I have a theory where when it comes to Vigilante and the White Dragon, Peacemaker's dad, right? His Peacemaker's dad. And it involves the fact that in this latest episode, in the scene where Vigilante comes into that into like the armor room, he says, you know, your dad's suit has a few like holes in it, pretty much, or a few vulnerabilities. I don't remember exactly what he says, but
he said like there's some gaps where
he said there's some gaps in your dad's suit.
Yeah.
And like I just think that's like a foreshadow for Vigilante being vigilant. And he's gonna like Peacemaker's dad and Peacemaker are gonna fight, and Vigilante is gonna like expose those gaps and probably kill his dad. That's just my theory when it comes to like I mean,
I'm fully okay with that. I was excited.
Oh my God,
to maybe see it this episode.
when he was in the jail talking, and he's like, let's talk about like your favorite contributions from African American culture.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And then he like goes around making fun of all of them.
It's really funny.
Right? And it's just like he hates how racist all of them are. It's just like I love that.
It's chef's kiss.
It's really so good.
And like I really enjoyed the ramp up to that, him like walking through the hallway of like all the inmates screaming at him, because I'm looking at it and I'm like, Vigilante kind of is, among these people at least, this invincible character. And we see it when he agitates the racists. Like he literally beats the shit out of them because he can. It's fucking awesome.
Let's go.
Great. I was a little disappointed that I didn't see, Peacemaker's father take a beat down, but I think you're right. Yeah. I think that's very, very well something we can see.
There's going to be a rematch, and just the overall quality of the show is it's spectacular.
Yeah,
like I wasn't expecting it. It's just
not at all.
If I did say earlier in the episode that I didn't want to live in a world with streaming, but this show with I got to take with what we got, right?
Yeah.
It's so good. It's just perfect. It's what you want in a show that's about a superhero, and even about a superhero that could be a supervillain, or even a supervillain that isn't well known at all, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they can just nonchalantly just like mention Batman and all of his villains.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was one of the things that I really liked them bringing up was they mentioned like this age-old question, like why doesn't Batman just kill them? And it's like it's the same thing. Like I mentioned last week, I'm watching Daredevil. It was the same thing that Matt Murdock was struggling with.
He's Catholic,
like,
so.
Yeah, and I mean, Batman never is associated with a religion. I don't think, but yeah, I mean, I love how they address it. How Peacemaker's like, why doesn't he just murder them? Because I mean, then the Joker just breaks out and does it all over again. Like, why wouldn't he just kill them?
Yeah.
But I mean, I again, high points for this episode. They keep being Leota. For me, I just love her character so much.
Yeah, the way this show's going, the way they're revealing all these mysteries, and the huge reveal at the end where Myrn is just like an actual butterfly. I like that. You thought
that?
Okay.
I mean, he says some off the cuff shit. Like,
yeah, like I've never had feelings.
Yeah, like you never felt you were chilly. He's like, no. I'm like, that dude's an alien of some kind.
Yeah.
There's no fucking way he's not.
For the simple-minded like me, Jeremy, we did not see that coming. All right, but the way the show is shaping out, I would honestly consider this like real filmmaking. If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd say it's quite cinema, if you will. But and it's looking to be.
We can't talk about.
Music can't talk about it anymore. All right, but let's move on to the next segment right here, Jeremy.
Okay, yeah, it's the Moon Knight trailer. For me, not a lot to say here, other than I'm really excited. That it looks really trippy, really good. I really am enjoying the mystery aspect of it, where we start like a couple of things I know about Moon Knight, that he has like identity disorder, so he has these multiple identities that always.
He lives in Wonderland.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I mean I really like how we start and we see him as Stevie, and then someone like calls him, and he's like, "Mock, what are you doing, Mock?" And he's like, who's Mark is like I really have enjoyed the mystery aspect to this,
Mhm.
especially knowing no comics.
Yeah.
Like
Moon Knight is not like a notable character for me. Like I've literally seen nothing. Like I haven't absorbed any information,
Yeah.
any like media that involves Moon Knight.
Yeah.
So I don't this is just a new story that I'm ready to go into. You know?
yeah, and I want especially the like the new story aspect of it. I really like that they didn't bother to try and connect it to the MCU yet. Like,
Well, we
they're-
can't be sure yet.
I mean, well, that's what
Can't
I'm
be
saying.
sure
It's
yet.
like,
If
that's
we
what
know
I'm
the
saying, they haven't done
MCU,
it yet.
if we know the MCU, it's that they're gonna connect it.
Well, yeah, and I can see that. Like,
Mhm.
I would be really excited to see like Blade show up
Mhm.
at the very end of this series, because I mean, then like Blade along with Moon Knight, along with the Black Knight, which is who Dane Whitman was in like the post credit for Eternals.
Mhm.
That's like a Midnight Suns thing, which Midnight Suns is
Ooh.
like the I don't know the dark violent team.
Interesting. I know nothing of what you're saying right now.
Fair enough, but I like that's really exciting because I want to see more R-rated content.
Okay.
Like, I wanna
All right.
see bloodier
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm just ready. I'm ready for it too. I really hope like it would turn out better than what a movie would. Yeah. All right.
Visually, really excited about this.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on.
Our last thing,
Last segment.
we have Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness. I mean, no secret for listeners to this podcast, definitely. The cameos are going like ham.
Cameos, oh boy,
The cameos are going
cameos.
fucking
Woo,
ham.
cameos.
So I'm gonna run through everything, and we're just gonna give a verbal, like a thumbs up, thumbs down. Do we want to see that, or do we not?
Okay. Hit us.
So first, Iron Man is Tom Cruise, a variant.
Thumbs down. No.
Thumbs down.
I don't
I don't
care.
want to see it. I
I don't care.
I really don't care. Professor X, either Patrick Stewart or James McAvoy. I
No.
think is how you
Thumbs
pronounce it.
down.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
I
I've
see Patrick Stewart. I don't
No,
really
I
care
mean,
about.
come
seeing
on.
James McAvoy.
Of you talk about having like a perfect ending to a character. It's him and Logan.
Yeah.
It's
And he
I
did
don't
say
want
he
to see.
wasn't coming back.
Yeah, I don't want to see him anymore. And plus James McAvoy and like the blunder that Fox had with those X-Men movies. It's just no, move on from
That's
them.
super great.
Yeah.
There's Magneto, Ian McKellen.
Well, back on that, I would see Professor X. But yeah, next one.
Yeah, it's Magneto, Ian McKellen, or Michael Fassbender. Like, I'd be okay again with seeing Michael Fassbender. I don't know, Ian McKellen. I feel
Thumbs
like
down.
also is just
No,
yeah.
not
I'm
for
gonna
me.
go thumbs down too.
Thumbs down.
I really don't care
Oh.
about that.
Oh, like 0 for 4 so far.
Quicksilver. We might see
Which one?
Evan Peters again. Quicksilver.
We did. No, we saw Ralph Boner. My bad.
Because fuck the Marvel fans, right?
Yeah.
Because fuck us, right?
Yeah, I hated that, but
I would want to see Quicksilver. No, I don't know. Do I want that? Did they have their chance with me and then blow it?
I'm saying thumbs down for that one.
I'm
I
saying
don't want to see it. 'Cause, I
I'm
mean, that
saying
kinda
thumb
breaks
sideways.
their-
I could take it or leave it. If I'm
Okay.
being honest, I could take it or leave it.
That's fair. This one is definitely a thumbs up for me.
Say it.
Is Ghost Rider? Is
Nick Cage.
Ghost
Oh
Rider.
my
I
god.
just want to. I don't like Ghost Rider. Like that Nicolas Cage adaptation's bad, but
Mhm.
I mean, I just want to see Nick Cage in a Marvel project.
Yeah.
I want to see it. Like it's
Nick Cage.
yeah. I want to see it so bad.
For me, that is a thumbs up. The Ghost Rider movie has an impact on me because it was like this movie that I would always rent from the library back in the day, like all the time.
Yeah.
And I never returned it.
Our next one's Mr. Fantastic, either played by I can't remember what year, but the Fantastic Four movies with Chris
The
Evans.
mid-2000 movies?
Yeah, the mid
Yeah.
2000 movies. Either that, Mr. Fantastic, or they introduce John Krasinski, Mr. Fantastic, or just have him show up as a variant.
Thumbs down. I like the actor cameos. I'm giving a thumbs down here, but the character I'm giving a thumbs up. Like John Krasinski, like people can say, "Oh, perfect fan cast." Like he has a beard. Okay, he has a beard.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's like we can find
Yes.
someone. I would like Glenn Howerton to be Mr. Fantastic more. I would like Glenn Howerton to be.
My favorite fan casting for the Fantastic Four movie coming out has definitely been just the entire Always Sunny cast.
Oh my God, it's
Cast those
perfect.
people, like,
Oh.
You got Glenn Howerton. He can be Mr. Fantastic or Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
You have obviously Charlie Day. You
Mhm.
can put him in that Johnny Storm. Really excited to see
Yeah.
that. Sue Storm.
The
I
bird.
don't remember her name at all. But
God, we're so misogynistic. We know all the male
to be
characters'
fair, I also
names.
don't know Mac's name from Always Sunny. I don't remember
Rob.
his name. Rob something.
Rob something.
I don't know.
That's what.
But I mean, he has been cast as well as Danny DeVito as the Thing, or as I think they casted Danny DeVito as Mole Man.
Oh,
Which I would
fantastic.
also be okay with. But,
All right, next one. What do we got?
Yeah, Loki. Both Loki
Thumbs down.
and Sylvie.
It's thumbs
I
down.
think
thumbs
both
down, thumbs
both
down.
for me are a thumbs down.
Yo, what are all these cameos? They suck, bro. Where'd you find this?
This is literally everything that's just been rumored.
Okay, well, keep going. Keep going.
J. Jonah Jameson, J.K. Simmons, like the Raimi verse one, not the one we got.
I mean, we got the same guy.
I really don't.
Thumbs
care about
down.
that one at all. We could see Toby again. I think he more than Andrew has a chance to just pop up here, because I mean honestly, it kind of feels like they signed multi-picture deals and just didn't say.
No, they just came back for fun.
We'll see.
Thumbs up for me. I'd like to see Toby
I'd
back.
like to see Toby back always. I mean, I'm never gonna not want to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil, Ben Affleck, Daredevil.
What the fuck are you talking about, man?
I just don't
Thumbs
care
down,
about
thumbs
that.
down, thumbs down, thumbs down.
Yeah.
So many thumbs down.
This one for me is a thumbs up, which is a surprising thumbs up. Captain Carter, like Haley Atwell, coming in and playing Captain Carter from like the What If series. I'd be excited to see like a
I didn't watch.
a live action version.
I mean, What If was kind of below mid tier for me.
I guess so, but I mean, also I enjoyed her, so I mean I would be happy to see her again.
Yeah.
And for the last one that I could find that was rumored was Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds.
Thumbs up.
I'd thumbs up for that.
If they bring him in like that, thumbs up. Absolutely.
I want to see it.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
most definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any other cameos that we might have missed?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I guess we could expand it to the rest of the Fox, like X-Men universe.
I don't want to see any.
I don't want to see it.
No.
I really don't.
I don't think like the market for that is there. You know.
It's not. Like I genuinely don't. I've seen the movies. I just don't care about seeing those characters. Would I
Yeah.
like to see Hugh Jackman pop up as Wolverine?
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. But he said he's done with that character.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
done.
think he's gonna do it.
Logan. Once again, Logan. Perfect ending.
Yeah.
All the ending that you need. And speaking of endings, that's going to be it for this episode of Not Quite Cinema. And we're going to sign off here. Thank you for our listeners out there. We'll be back next week. Jeremy, say bye to them.
Follow us on social media: Twitter, Instagram. Gonna be on YouTube.
There you go.
You know, Not Quite Cinema. Exactly what the name is. But yeah, we'll see you next week. Signing off for now.
Adios.